lexical resources. So we're going to look at 3 strategies to get a 7. The band descriptors are the most important thing. These are guidelines the examiner uses to mark you. So let's understand what the examiners expect you to do. I will show you how to achieve these expectations. I'll show you how many words you need to get your score, and I'll show you where to use them and how to use them. So these are the 3 band descriptors from the IELTS official Cambridge band descriptor public version. We'll look at each one individually and I'll show you how to achieve them, because you have to do these in order to get your mark. So, number 1, sufficient. Sufficient means enough. Range of vocabulary. So a range means you know a lot of different words, basically. To allow, in different areas, in different topics, to allow some flexibility and precision. Okay, precision is easy to deal with first, and then we will look at flexibility. So what does this mean? It means that you understand how to explain the nuances of a situation. So let's understand what this word nuances mean. And nuances is a word you can use in your exam writing as well, and speaking. So let's look at an example first. So for example, you know that small and tiny have different meanings. You don't just learn a bunch of words and hope the examiner sees your flexibility and precision. You can plan for it. All right, so let's look at tiny and small. Now, in a simple way, you can say that small is a basic word and tiny is a more advanced word. It has a little more detail in it. So everyone knows what small means, but why do we have a word tiny? What's the difference between tiny and small? Well, you could say the dog was tiny, or you could say the dog was small. Actually, tiny is giving you a different feeling. It's maybe a little bit of delicate, maybe small bones, maybe cute could be in there. Probably smaller than small. So when we use tiny, we think of things like a fairy would be small, would be tiny, right? So it's almost like a very small thing, right? So these are nuances. These are all nuances, right? We don't just look at the word tiny and know all of these details, but it gives us an idea that these things, or one or two of these things, might be there, okay? So, of course, you don't need to just use one word to describe something. You can write another sentence and describe why tiny and cute go together, or delicate and cute go together. And we know delicate means easily broken. Right. So tiny can also, like, if you might say, the dog was so tiny that it fit in my hand. Right. Now, how do you use this word tiny for IELTS? The benefits are so tiny that they are imperceptible. Okay, and I spelled that incorrectly, imperceptible. Okay, so this is precision. We want to know exactly what you mean by your words. And if you use the word small, we don't know what you mean, because it can mean there's many different words that go with small. But we use tiny, we have like this exactly, we know it's very, very small, and it may have these inside. Okay? So flexibility. Flexibility is allowing you to explain things in different ways. So you can use all of these words to explain what the dog was, for example. All right, so what we want to do here is have good preparation. A famous saying in English is piss poor preparation, piss poor performance. And that means if you don't prepare, your performance will not be good. So we're going to see how to prepare. All right. Now, another way we can get precision and a range of vocabulary, especially precision here, right? So we want to say, if we think of X like Z, then we have some SVO, something happened, right? And then the next sentence we can say however, so we change over. If we think of X like Y, then we have another SVO or another idea or way of things. So what you're doing here is giving this Z word and this Y word are describing whatever X is, and you're using the words precisely. You're explaining what Z is precisely. Okay, so you're showing that you're not using synonyms. You are using two different words that give different parts of X. So you have a different way of thinking about X. Another way to do that is X can be Y or Z. There you go. You have two words in your sentence right away, very easily, that show that you can show the differences between these words. Okay? We'll see more about this below. All right, uses less common lexical items. So what are lexical items? We'll look at that. With some awareness of style and collocation. So collocation, we'll see below. Lexical items, a single word is a vocabulary, or a word. It's a piece of vocabulary, I suppose you can say. A collocation would be two words that go together, and a chain of words is three or more. So over the moon is a common idiom that is a lexical item. Okay? So over the moon is common, though it's not less common, but I will teach you some less common ones below. And also, you don't want to use idioms for academic writing, but that just gives you an idea of what a chain of words is. Right? So cognitive ability is an academic collocation. This is what we're going to learn today. These two words are common in academic writing. That means they're good for you to use in IELTS. Remember, IELTS is testing your ability to organize your arguments and write academically. So it's basically to explain your point of view. All right. So cognitive ability is something we use commonly in academia. And remember, it's an academic IELTS test you're probably taking. So this will be a higher level word, not just a word in the Common European Framework, but actually, you're doing an academic test to test if you can go to university or you can write high-level English. You're not doing a test to see what your C level is. Your CEF level is, right? So it's not common in general English. So using these correctly will give you a higher mark. All right, and cognitive ability means the ability to think. So there's one. How do we use it? The cognitive ability of students tends to increase if they take regular breaks. May produce occasional errors in word choice, spelling, or word formation. Well, again, this is just preparation. This is just practice and preparation. So let's learn 10 academic collocations. Just put this down for you. So we have certain aspect. This is true in a certain aspect, so a part or a way. Acquire knowledge, get or gain knowledge. Adverse effect of, allow access to, get someone into somewhere or something. Immediately apparent, you can see what it is right away. Assess the impact of, find out what the effect of something was or is. We're going to see some examples down here. Financial assistance, deliberate attempt, target audience, the people you want to see your work, and acutely aware. So this is when someone can see something very clearly. All right, now it's okay to learn these words like this. You always see this in like Instagram posts, right? You'll see like a million different words for the body or something. But it's no use really unless you know how to use it in an essay. So let's take a look. So here we have a question. Employees should not work in jobs they don't enjoy. So I haven't really written an essay here. I've just come up with sentences that we can use the words in. Okay, so typing too fast. So firstly, this depends on whether or not it is a job they do not like, or if it's a global issue. Is a certain aspect, that's what happened, of a job they do not like, or if it's a global issue. So global here would mean the whole job. Although the employee may not like their current job, they can still acquire knowledge that can be used in a new career. The adverse effects of an unenjoyable career can often be hidden. Although the person may not like their current career, it may provide them with access to a new career path. While the opportunities within a job for growth may not be immediately apparent, the person can speak with their human resources team for help. In order to assess the impact of a job on a person's well-being, it is important to consider all aspects of their life, and so on, right? You can read those. So, where you use them depends on the structure of your paragraph and your argument, but I'm sure based on these you can understand what these mean, and then you can put them in your essays. Now a key point here is, very, very, very important for you, is you can use these in any essay. They are common academic phrases or collocations, right? So if you had an essay that said, is fast food, or let's say, should fast food be banned? Should fast food be banned? And you're writing about it, and you can say, well, here you go right off the top, adverse effects. So the adverse effects of fast food are effects, sorry. Of fast food are apparent. Many studies have shown that. Okay, I don't know what I want to write next. Acutely aware we can use. Deliberate attempt. Assess the impact. Many studies have assessed the impact of overindulging in, I'm going to say fast food again, salty and sugary foods. Okay, so I'm kind of forcing these words into my essay, but I'm doing it in a way that shows my argument very clearly, right? And this is what you need to do, is not just to know them, but to practice putting them into your essays, okay? It's better to have 10 or 20 or 30, maybe even 100 of these, and I will do more for you, than it is to know 1,000 words but not be able to use them, okay? So I'm going to do a video on structuring your paragraphs, and that will help you see where this stuff fits in to the argument. So we're kind of starting backwards here because we're starting with the individual words. I'm going to do something called an IELTS pyramid, and I'll show you how to start your essay and how to structure it so that you have the base argument, the structure of the overall essay. I'll show you how that works. in a future video. My Instagram, English Future International 99, or you can email us at English Future International 99. You can email us. If you subscribe, you will get the updates for new videos that I'm bringing out. And I would like you really to take the words I teach you and I want to show them how to use them in one of your essays. Okay. We have IELTS study groups and weekly seminars that can help support you. You can make a lot of friends. And we meet on Discord. You can find us there. But go to Instagram first. Take a look at some of our posts. There's lots of good, useful things there. And then when we have a group running, which will be soon, you can join us for seminars, ask us any questions you have, get lots of support with your study. Not just for IELTS, but this kind of learning will take you all the way to university. You know, this is, as I say, the highest level of university uses this kind of language. Okay, thank you for listening, and we'll see you soon.